Charlie Sharos was a vital piece of the high school sports landscape in Connecticut for many years through his work with the High School Coaches Association and CAS-CIAC. A decorated and highly successful coach, he played critical leadership roles for both organizations. His work as a consultant for the CIAC Board of Control and as a longtime soccer tournament director set an exceptional standard of excellence and involvement for contributors to CAS-CIAC.
He was so dedicated. He made such a significant contribution to sports, to Connecticut athletics, and he touched people's lives. He really cared genuinely about all of the people he came in contact with, and he remembered every single one of them.
Charlie was a unique person. He was a tough coach, but he was an easy guy, you know. And I think that I always say to people, it was very hard not to love Charlie. Charlie was for kids. I mean, really for kids. He was important to me, and he was important to the association. I think most importantly, he was important to the kids of the state of Connecticut.
I think the most important thing for my father was helping the kids. And it wasn't just from school time, it was once they even got out of school. Many of the kids would talk to my father about things that were going on in their life, so he'd always give them advice or try to help them out as much as possible. And I think that was really, really important to my father. And he liked that the kids kept in touch with my father.
Loved life. He loved all the relationships that he had with people. He adored the fact that anytime he went somewhere, he always seemed to run into somebody that he knew. And he took a lot of pride in that, in those relationships, and in introducing you. So as his granddaughter, whenever we ran into someone that he knew, he took a lot of pride in introducing me as his granddaughter, and likewise introducing his whether it be a colleague or a former student, to me, to show how strong the relationships were and how successful he'd been.
He knew everybody. Everywhere we went, you know, we had to tack on an extra 30 minutes because Papa's going to bump into someone he knows. But it was also something that I admired, and I wanted to be that person in my community that now when I go out, I want people to be excited to see my face and stuff, and he was just such a role model to me. So
Charlie worked hard for the CIAC, whether it be on the Board of Control, whatever committee he was on. He was an excellent soccer tournament director for the boys and girls. He worked hard to make sure everything went well for those student athletes. He would do anything to help the student athletes and the CIAC to make it better.
Well, it was something he loved to do, and I feel that he was blessed that he had that even after his retirement, that he could do something he really truly cared about. One of the things that stands out in my mind is my birthday, which is in the beginning of November. We always had it at their house because he had to wait for the phone to ring as being the tournament director for the soccer team. So it kind of became a joke. Oh, there's the phone again, and we'd be trying to get, you know, dinner in or cake and candles done. But it was just kind of a funny joke with the family that, yeah, we have to go to Yaya and Papa's house so that we can celebrate Mom's birthday because Papa's going to get his phone calls.
The people that he made relationships with gave him energy. I think that's what, you know, kept him going so long, is the love that he felt from the people and the love that they had for him. It really fed his soul, and, you know, it drove the passion.
Well, my father was a very humble person. He never was there for the limelight. He was just there to help the kids. And he really enjoyed his profession. He really loved it. He loved the interaction with all the coaches, even the referees, even though he didn't always have agreements with them. But he respected the referees. He respected all the other coaches that he was with.
We had an executive board meeting yesterday, and I'll bet you there's no question in my mind that Charlie's name came up 20 times. Because somebody will say, well, you know, Charlie said this at that time, or Charlie did this at that time. Nice that people still thought of him yesterday, constantly, you know, on what he would have done or the things he did do.
I think that he would be very touched. His dear friend Jiggs did let him know about the honor before he passed, and it meant a lot to him. And it meant a lot to me that he was able to know that this honor was going to be bestowed upon him.
I feel honored and blessed that I was able to bring the letter of Charlie being nominated into the Hall of Honor, and because Charlie was extremely sick. And when I brought it there that night, I gave it to Sheila. Charlie was too sick to speak, and Sheila read it. The two of us were in tears. But Charlie understood what was going on, and he gave me Sheila and I, 2 thumbs up.
It was a huge loss for us and our family to lose him, as well as other people that lives he touched. So the fact that we can be honoring him, I know he's smiling up there. I just know how much this means to him, so it means a ton to us and the family as well.